Imagine this. You say yes to a request, another favor, another obligation, another drain on your time. But as the word leaves your lips, a quiet voice inside you screams no. You feel it. The slow erosion of your energy, the weight of resentment building like a storm cloud. Why? Because every yes, given unwillingly, is a no to yourself, to your sanity, to your sovereignty. Here's the paradox. We fear saying no to avoid conflict, yet in doing so, we wage war against our own peace. We trade our boundaries for approval, our autonomy for the illusion of belonging. But what if the real cost of endless compliance isn't just exhaustion? It's the loss of yourself. What if Nietzsche was right when he declared, the individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe? What if every no unspoken is a silent surrender to forces that demand your dissolution? The question isn't can you say no, it's dare you? The refusal to say no is not weakness, it is conditioning. From childhood, we are taught that obedience is virtue, that resistance is rudeness, that our worth is measured in our usefulness to others. Nietzsche saw this as the morality of the herd, a system that punishes the strong for their strength and rewards conformity. Carl Jung called it the shadow, the repressed self, silenced under layers of should and must. Every suppressed no festers in the unconscious, breeding resentment, exhaustion, and the gnawing sense of betrayal, not by others, but by ourselves. Why do we comply? Fear of rejection, of abandonment, of being seen as cruel or selfish. Yet in this fear, we commit a deeper cruelty, the betrayal of our own needs. The Stoics knew this. Epictetus warned, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. But how many of us dare to be thought selfish in order to be free? The real prison isn't others' demands. It's our own trembling hands on the lock. Every unspoken no does not vanish. It accumulates. Like invisible chains, these concessions weigh on the psyche, distorting your sense of agency until you forget you were ever free. Cognitive science reveals a cruel irony. The brain begins to rationalize its own captivity. It's not so bad, it whispers. They need me, but beneath the surface, something rots. The slow death of authenticity. Society thrives on this silent trade. A culture addicted to productivity, to endless, yes, manufactures guilt to keep you compliant. You become a ghost in your own life, haunting obligations that were never yours to bear. Sartre saw this clearly. Hell is other people, not because they are evil, but because their expectations become the bars of your cage. And the greatest tragedy, the more you say yes, the less others respect your no, like a muscle atrophied from disuse. Your will weakens until even you no longer believe it exists. The cost is not just your time, it is your soul. The escape begins with a single, terrifying realization. You're never meant to belong at the cost of yourself. The Stoics called this virtue, not passive obedience, but the courage to draw lines in the sand and stand unmoved when the tide demands you erase them. Rebellion starts small. Say no to what drains you, even if your voice shakes. Watch as the world does not end, as relationships that hinge on your depletion reveal their true nature. Nietzsche's Bermensch does not seek permission to exist, he claims it. This is not selfishness. It is sovereignty. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Solitude, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength to endure the discomfort of setting boundaries, strength to face the temporary storm of others' disappointment, rather than the eternal winter of self-betrayal. The path is simple, but not easy. Let them misunderstand you. The moment you do, you become unbreakable. Here is the iron law of existence. A life without no is a life without meaning. Every great philosopher who ever shook the world, Nietzsche, Seneca, Kierkegaard, understood this. Your boundaries are not walls to keep others out, but sacred ground where your soul can breathe. The final revelation. You were never afraid of their rejection. You were afraid of your own power. That gnawing discomfort when you say no isn't a warning. It's the birth pangs of a self coming alive. Viktor Frankl survived the camps by realizing everything can be taken from a man but one thing. The last of human freedoms to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. So choose. Let this truth sear itself into your bones. Every no is a yes to something wilder, truer, more yours. The world will adjust or it will fall away. And what remains? Only what was real all along. You. Unbroken. Unbound. Finally, devastatingly free.